In this video, we're going to prepare a materials purchase budget. So we want to know how much material we actually need to buy in the proper period. 3 grams of musk oil are required for each bottle of mink, a popular perfume made by a small company in Western Siberia. The cost of the musk oil is $150 per gram. Budgeted production figures of mink, followed by quarters for year 2 and for the first quarter of year 3, are down below. So we have this budgeted production in bottles. So we have to convert it into grams because that's how we purchase our material. I'm just going to pretend that this is in dollars just because it's easier for everyone to understand. And the problem that we have is when you buy materials, you most likely aren't going to use them all up in the same period. So we have to deal with inventory. So musk oil has become so popular as a perfume base that it has become necessary to carry large inventories as a precaution against stock depletion. For this reason, the inventory of musk oil at the end of a quarter must be equal to 20% of the following quarter's production needs. Some 36,000 grams of musk oil will be on hand to start the first quarter of year 2. So I'll just get my titles down properly. So I'm just going to do production needs in grams. So I'm going to first convert that. And then we're going to add in our desired ending inventory in grams. And then that'll give us our total needs. And if we subtract out our beginning inventory, then that's going to give us raw materials to be purchased in grams. Okay, so our production needs for quarter 1 is the 60,000 bottles. And then let's convert that into grams. So that's going to be 3. So I'll start there. Then in quarter 2, it's going to be 90,000 bottles times 3 grams. In quarter 3, it's going to be 150,000 bottles times 3 grams. And then in quarter 4, it's going to be 100,000 times by 3. I dropped a 0 on that by accident. And I'm going to put in the production for quarter 1 because I'm going to need that when I'm calculating my inventory. So just times that by 3. Okay, so let's add these up. So remember, desired ending inventory is going to be 20% of the following quarter's production. So I can do 270,000 times 20%. So that's 54. Let's do it again. 450,000 times 20%. 300,000 times 20%. And then quarter 4, this is why I put this one to the side, because it's going to be 20% of the next year's quarter. So 20%. Just saving myself some time. Now, you'd be tempted to add them all up, just like I did here. But just remember, inventory is a balance sheet item, so it's a snapshot of time. So I want to know the inventory balance at the end of the year. That's quarter 4. So this is really just quarter 4's balance. So now we can add these up. So I'm going to add 180,000 plus 54. And then I'll do the same thing with 2, 3, 4 and year 3. I don't know why I put year 3 there. This should just say total. There we go. So now I'm going to need to deduct beginning inventory. So last year's inventory, or the last quarter's inventory, ending inventory, is going to be this year's beginning inventory. So it said here that, I think in this sentence right here, some 36,000 grams of musk oil will be on hand to start the first quarter of year 2. So they already converted that for me. So if they didn't, so I can just put that number in. If they didn't, I would need my production for quarter 4 in year 1. So kind of like how they did up here. They gave me it for 70. I would need that amount for the beginning. Okay, so ending inventory is the same as the beginning inventory for the next quarter. So it's just moving on. So just remember that. Ending inventory is last quarter's, or beginning inventory is last quarter's ending inventory. Beginning inventory is last quarter's ending inventory. And let's say it again. Beginning inventory is last quarter's ending inventory. So just the same thing with this. When I do a total, because it's inventory, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the inventory amount from the beginning of the quarter. So that's the first day of the quarter instead of totaling it. Okay, and we're going to be deducting these. So I'm going to take 234 and I'm going to subtract 36,000 from it. So this is my raw materials purchased in grams. What I want to do now is figure out what the cost is. So I'm going to say cost of raw materials to be purchased. And I need a price. So it says here that the cost of the musk oil is 150 per gram. So I'm going to do 198 and multiply that by 150. Okay, so I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to take my raw materials to be purchased and then multiply that by 150. I'll take my raw materials to be purchased, so 420,000 times 150. And 282 times 150. And then I can total this across. So here I'll just put those as dollar amounts again, just to remind me that that's a price and these are grams.